Hi, everybody. Welcome to Launch into October with SpacesEDU, where we are going to explore our new release. This month's release will take place on October 26th. And after that, you'll be able to explore the new features and enhancements from your own SpacesEDU account. Really quickly about me before we get started. My name is Tatiana. I'm the Education, Training, and Engagement Specialist here at SpacesEDU. Some of you might recognize me from your training sessions. I work really closely with teachers to help them understand the platform and leverage tools and features from SpacesEDU that cater to their teaching practices and their student needs as well. So for today, we're just going to do a quick recap of what we released in July, which was our most recent release. We'll do a quick overview of the October release as well. There are a couple enhancements that are for free accounts and others that are specifically for licensed accounts as well. And you'll also get a sneak peek of the January release. Just to recap, for July, there were some really exciting updates, primarily the activity quick review, where our activities tool and feature had a huge makeover. From a new workflow to new naming conventions. If you hadn't had the opportunity yet to play around with the activity quick review, I highly recommend it. I would also recommend going to our resources website and taking a look at the video tutorials as you continue to explore the activities from your own accounts. From there, there were other enhancements as well. So for those who are importing classes, whose districts or schools are importing classes for them, you now have the ability to edit the names of your classes. Before, the names might have been very generic or not very obvious. So now you are able to edit that for your students. We also had an update for students to unsubmit activities. If you remember in the past, teachers had to ask for resubmissions for students to be able to resubmit their work, and now they're able to do that on their own. You also have the option of removing this ability, if you'd like, from the activity section. As for October, a couple more exciting updates. So we'll start with increased character limits. You'll see how many features were affected by that, and you'll be able to add more details. We are also enabling the ability to switch the space assigned to an activity, and we have simplified the posting workflow. I'm really excited to show you that. And of course, the most awaited brand new feature are portfolio templates. Let's start with the updates that affect all users. So primarily SpacesEDU, free users, and that would be simplified posting. So I'm just going to play this video for you so you get a sense of what that looks like. I'm showing you here the simplified posting workflow for teachers. This has certainly been a popular request. The primary concern from our latest customer feedback was the complexity and inconvenience of posting in SpacesEDU. As teachers, you wanted access to posting to all of the posting options and selections within the same page so that you can simplify the process around posting content for yourselves and for students as well. So to address this, we are simplifying the posting process to minimize clicks and of course enhance user experience by offering pre-selected fields, as you can see, and consolidating everything into a single page. In the past, there were multiple windows you had to get passed through before you could officially publish content. But now with minimized clicks, all of that can be done within just a few seconds. And simplified posting has also been applied for students. I'm just going to play that video for you as well. So as you can see, students have the post selections options similarly to the teacher workflow. So now students will be able to select the class as well as the space to which they like to submit their content for. there you go. And that was pretty easy. I could say easily 2 seconds, and that content is live. As I mentioned, activities had a huge overhaul in the summer release. So this new enhancement here is the cherry on top, I would say. So teachers wanted the ability to switch the space in an activity that they created. In the past, there was a lot of frustration if teachers had mistakenly chosen a space. And to modify that, they would have to delete the activity, create another one. But what would happen is sometimes students were already submitting work, so they would have to instruct students to resubmit their work for the brand new activity. Anyway, all of that is now a thing of the past. Around October 26th, you'll be able to easily switch the space in an activity that is active. And the system will also flag to you if once you change the space, students are missing from that list of assigned students, and you'll be notified of any other warnings or things that you should be made aware of with that modification. For example, here, Um, it will let you know if the space in question, the new space that you're selecting, does not include specific students. So missing students will be removed from the activity, including the submissions, and the new students that are added will need to complete the activity. And a couple more additional updates to session expiry limits. We've now increased this for web access only. So now all accounts have an extended session limit, as you can see, which is pretty awesome. You no need to relog into your SpacesEDU accounts. Now you can access them easily based on the section expiry limits. We have also introduced increased character limits from within the platform. So doubled the number of characters allowed from 2,500 to 5,000 characters on post descriptions, comments, space descriptions, summary statements, and areas of learning summaries. This is mostly for the reporting space. So now you're able to add more details in your descriptions, in your comments, whatever the case may be. And your messages can contain more information as well. We've increased that from 600 to 1,200 characters. This includes web access and app access as well. And a few notable mentions here. When you're toggling between your student and teacher account, remember you are able to add yourselves as students to your classes through the People tab. When you toggle between both accounts from the same class, the default page will go to your current class feed instead of your class dashboard. So in the past, it would go back to the class dashboard and you had to kind of remember what class you were looking at. Now that has been defaulted to your current class feed. You also are now able, or our students rather, are unable to change their names in roster classes. If you need to change a student's name because they have a preferred name or whatever the case may be, please let your admins know of that. They can make sure that gets accommodated. As for reporting spaces, the summary statement, the printout will include student numbers. So now that will appear whether that's an OAN or PEN or whatever the student number is will now be visible next to the student's grade in the reporting space. Now on to the SpacesEDU Pro and any add-ons. The new release includes portfolio templates, and that is the most exciting release to date. We realized based on our conversations with partners that most districts didn't have a standardized method to utilize portfolios in their schools. So this leads to a variety of methods being employed by teachers with no real overview of the process available to administrators and other teachers. So we saw this as an opportunity to fill the gap and address this need in a meaningful way with portfolio templates. Let me play this quick video for you to showcase what that looks like. So administrators will be able to create unique portfolio templates for students within a given school or district from their own district super admin accounts. This feature will cater to various educational systems and requirements, really streamlining processes, enhancing student-driven learning, and enabling better compliance with mandates and curriculum expectations. Teachers will be able to easily access the portfolio templates as well of their students for visibility and supporting students in the development of their portfolios as well. As you can see here, you as a teacher, you can add to the students' portfolios and in the various sections that are available. You can share content directly from your SpacesEDU class to their portfolio templates as well through the copy post feature, which is pretty exciting. And on the other hand, students can also contribute to their own portfolio of course, through their accounts. They'll have a portfolio section on the top navigation bar, and they'll be able to navigate to their active portfolios from there and add more posts. Similarly to teachers, they are able to copy posts directly from their various spaces into the portfolio as well. Any portfolios that are archived or no longer active will appear in the student's portfolio templates under the archived section. Students won't be able to add or remove any content from there. They will simply have a view only. Um, um, you know, they will only be able to view the content in that space, in that archived section. Overall, that's a really exciting update for us and for our partners as well, because portfolios do encourage students to take ownership of their work and contribute to the goals of the district and the school as well. So what's coming in January 2024? For now, this is what we have predicted will be included in the January 2024 release. Of course, it is still early. There may be more additions to this list. So it's just a little foreshadowing here. But essentially, for SpacesEDU free users, we are now going to be able, or not just free users, but for all users. That being said, you will be able to notify family members in each class once activities have been assigned. So not only are families able to see now instructions for specific activities, but they will also be notified if their student has been assigned an activity. So really, again, giving families that visibility into the classroom and engaging them and encouraging them to be more engaged in the learning process as well. For the SpacesEDU Pro Plus accounts, specifically the reporting space, you will be able to generate multiple summary statements to align again with the reporting order. So that's very exciting. Teachers can generate multiple summary statements based on reporting seasons from within the reporting space. So you'll still have that history of previous summary statements. And that pretty much wraps up for the October release and that quick sneak peek of January. But if you'd like to stay connected with us, I highly recommend you do so through our socials. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and also YouTube. If you want to Google Growth Over Grades, we have a wonderful podcast available as well. And I would highly recommend going to our resources website as well, as I mentioned earlier, just to stay updated on the new release. We will make sure that the video tutorials are added for any new features or tools that you may want to explore. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions about any SpacesEDU features, Technical support is here to help. You can contact hello@spacesedu.com for assistance or visit the help center for help during our offline hours. Please feel free to also provide us with your suggestions when it comes to feature requests or improvements to this email address as well. We always welcome teacher and user feedback. That is how we build and improve our product here at SpacesEDU. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you enjoy the new release and the new enhancements as you explore them after October 26th. Thank you.